everybody. Welcome back. I'm Greg Frucci, and I'm the author of the Path of 300 series. I'm a speaker, and right now one of the coolest things that's going on is I'm also an expert lesson creator for the 2016 Hay House World Summit, which is going on right now. At least if you're watching this. If you're watching it a year from now, then it ain't. Sorry. But yeah, I'm actually recording this during the summit, so I hope you get a chance to go on to Hay House, and it's all free content. It's very cool. So yeah, give it a shot. This is actually video number 2 in a series based on my lesson for Hay House World Summit, and I called it Run Towards That Which Scares You. I'm going to be doing about 8 videos, I'm thinking. At least I've got 8 mapped out. I might do more than that. I don't know. We'll see. That's what life's about, right? It's an adventure. You just kind of keep going, and then if you want to go more, you go. So, like I said in the last video, I kind of jumped ahead in the adventure, and I was 3 days out at sea. Well, now I want to jump back to the beginning and just kind of step forward after that. So why in the hell did I do it? I kind of mentioned it a little bit in the last video about just being done with everything and wanting to take off. Well, what got me to that point? What gets you to that point? Have you ever been so humiliated that it just utterly devastated you? Well, it did me. And I wouldn't talk about it for years, actually. It wasn't until just last month. I went to a workshop by the Ford Institute. The late Debbie Ford created, it's called the shadow process, and it's a deep dive into your soul. It's a deep dive into your deepest feelings that you bury. And I'm going to get into a little bit of that later on, but humiliation was something that I kept buried for a long time. I actually wrote a blog about it about 3 weeks ago, about a week after I came back from the shadow workshop. It's called Humiliation, something about the shadow. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of my own blog. It's the way I am. I'm 55 years old. What do you expect? Anyway, so I take off on this adventure, right? And I've been called brave. I've been called courageous. And there's some aspects of that I'll own. I mean, I stuck it out through that storm. I could have gotten saved from the Coast Guard, but I didn't. I chose to keep going. But the real reason is I was a coward. So I take off on an adventure into the unknown, doing the scariest thing possible that I can think of at the time. It's kind of a pattern with me. And it might be a pattern with you. I don't know. And the reason why I did it was because I was a coward. So why was I a coward? Here it goes. I was in a relationship at the time, or so I thought. It's kind of complicated. You know, it's one of those, right? Relationship. Ooh, I hate that word. What's the ooh? So anyway, I kind of go off on that in the in a video I shot while I was at sea, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, it crushed me, and I was like, you know, I was manning up. I was like, I don't care, you know, F her, whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna go off on this. I'm gonna go off on this adventure. And dude, I skydive, I surf, I've done some crazy things. It's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about it, and she was like, "Dude, you're a Virgo. You're like this, and this." And I am like that. But then there's aspects of Virgos that are just crazy, just absolutely nuts. You know, from time to time, we'll just do something absolutely wacko, according to other people. So that was kind of a cool conversation. I appreciated that. Thank you, Tracy. So yeah, humiliation. It was a period of time in my life where not only that was happening, and this was back in 2010. In 2003, I was fired from my profession. I spent 6 years of my life going to architecture school at Carnegie Mellon University. Graduated at the top of my class, or one of the tops of my class. Anyway, I had an honors cord. It was kind of cool. I get out there and I'm working and I'm hating it. Just absolutely freaking hating it. And I owned that. And my anger back then, I was taking it out on my family. I was taking it out on the people that I worked with. I was taking it out on the few friends that I had because I was a jerk. Follow me here. So one day they called me into the office and they were like, dude, your attitude sucks. You do good work, but you're an asshole. So you're fired. Boom. See ya. And I was 43 at the time, 42, 43, something like that. But I've been doing it for 20 years. And my wife at the time she was pissed. Triple Scorpio. You know what that means. Virgo, Scorpio. Anyway, so that was very humiliating for me. And it sent me down a path. And 2 years before that, my father died suddenly. A year after my getting fired issue, my sister dies. So I'm like, I'm a mess. And I own all of that now. Back then I didn't. Back then I was like blaming this, I was blaming that person, and I was blaming everybody. Because I was burying crap, which is where I'm getting ready to go. So, couple all that, this like bam, 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 humiliation, humiliation, humiliation. But was I going to admit to it? Hell no. I was going to bury that crap down because I'm a tough guy. I'm a male. I'm this. I'm that. I'm a skydiver. I'm going to go sailing. I'm going to do this. So that was the trigger. That last one, that relationship that went south. Oh my God, it was horrible. I didn't know how to deal with it. I wouldn't deal with it. Thus the cowardness in me. So instead, what do? I run. I run into the absolute scariest thing I could possibly think of at the time. I mean, yes, I've always wanted to go on an adventure, and I'm passionate about that. I still am. I'm an adventurous type. But the thing is, guys and gals, we got to be careful about why we do things. And I meditate now. I learned primordial sound meditation through the Chopra Institute, and I've discovered this in here. I've discovered my divinity. And through that you discover what your purpose is. And I've known it my entire life. But I'm fighting it my entire life. And then humiliation happens, anger happens, all these different things happen. And they're fine, they're cool. We're supposed to go through them. I mean, you can't discover what bravery is and courage is unless you're a coward at some point. So, through the whole process, what I learned was, and this was a step-by-step process. So I learned it at sea, pushing feelings down, pushing hurt down, and bearing it, and acting like a tough guy or acting whatever, putting on that facade of, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm just let it go. Oh my God, and that one, wow. If I hear that one more time, I think I will get angry. Just let the shit go, man. No, don't let the shit go. Let it out. That's letting it go. Let it rise to the surface. Deal with it. Own it. Meditate about it. Talk to people about it. And if you do talk to somebody about it and they say, I don't want to hear that crap, just let it go, man. That's not the kind of person that you want to talk with. The kind of person that you want to talk with is like-minded and feels the same thing that you do. Or maybe has gone through something that you have. And then you can help each other out. So, I mean, that's kind of like the old world paradigm. I mean, my age, I was born in 1960. Grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Those were my growing up years. And the whole time I would hear, um, you know, don't wear your emotions on your sleeve, Frucci. Don't let other people see you sweat, Frucci. You can't let people see bullshit. And I talked about it in the last video. You let stuff out. As long as you don't hurt anybody, including yourself, it's okay. It's like I said in the last video, man. If you need to go into a closet and scream your head off, then go into a closet and scream your head off. If you need to jump in a sailboat like I did and be alone for 17 days at sea and figure shit out, then by all means do it. I'm a surfer too. And there have been times where crap just drives me crazy, and I would grab my board, I'd go paddle out, and in between waves, just sitting there and looking at the ocean and watching dolphins, and I mean, it calms down. That's letting it out. That's dealing with it. So that's what you do. Here's what you do. You talk to people about it. You talk to yourself about it. Learn meditation. I mean, I cannot tell you in just a few words what meditation has done for me. I mean, thank God I found it. And it's not religious. Some people say, oh, I can't meditate because I have all these images going through my head, and I can't meditate because it's against my religion. Open your mind a little bit. I mean, I used to say the same thing. I can't meditate because I have all this crap going through my head. It's okay. There's no right way or wrong way to meditate. Hell, you walking down the street, you have a dog? You walking your dog? And you're just kind of flowing with it? You're meditating. When I was sitting on my board, waiting for waves, hell, even when I was on my board surfing, it's a form of meditation. Those 17 days that I spent at sea alone was a 17-day meditation. Deep dive into self. Just like the shadow process was. Deep dive into self. Let's circle back around to humiliation again. You know, it amazes me that I kept that crap buried for so long. Sorry, there was a fly in front of my face. Kept that crap buried for so long. And no wonder I'd get tweaked easy. There's the key. You listen to other people who tell you to bury that crap down. From time to time, it's going to erupt. And then you let it out a little bit, but you still don't deal with that thing, that shadow that's creating all of that underneath it, because you can't see it because you buried it. You're denying it. You figure it out and you go down and you find it and you go, like I did. I mean, that's what happened, man. At the shadow process, I was like, I went in there thinking I was just going to uncover some anger issues and deal with them. And through that process, I realized that underneath all of it was something that I would not admit to myself because I was embarrassed. And I don't mind talking about it because I want to help you. I guarantee you that you're dealing with some form of humiliation right now. There's something that you're thinking about right now that embarrassed the crap out of you. And you're humiliated because of it. It's okay. It is totally okay. We're all human. We're all the same. We all feel humiliation from time to time. We all get pissed off from time to time. We all feel happy from time to time. We all feel everything because we're supposed to. As humans, we are supposed to go through all of this and grow. But you won't grow if you don't admit it. So admit it. It's okay. There's a meditation worksheet I think I'm going to add to this video. Note to self, Frucci, add the meditation to the video. Download it. There's meditation worksheets on my website right now. Download them. They're free. You can print out as many copies as you want. I don't care. Email them. I don't care. It says copyright on it, but I'm telling you right now, any worksheet that you download for me, you can have it. You can spread it around. You can give me credit if you want to. I don't care. I just want to help people. I wrote Path of 300 for myself. It started out as a blog. I wasn't even writing a book. I was just like, I had all this crap in my head, all these images, all of these experiences, and I had to get it out. I'm an artist. The drawing I did of the longtail, that was one of the first things I did because of that thing. And I'll talk about her. And I call her her. It may have been a him, her, I don't know. But that bird that came to visit me at sea, I'm going to talk about it in another video. It was magical, man, and it affected me. Just like the entire adventure affected me. And so I just started writing, and all of a sudden, poof, somebody said, dude, you got a book. Write one. I did. I wrote it for myself. It was helping me because I was letting it out. I was uncovering stuff. I didn't uncover the humiliation part till just a few weeks ago. But see, and that's the thing too, dudes. You are going to continue to uncover stuff your entire life. It's a process. And it's a beautiful one, man. So, thank you for listening to this. Right? I mean, I've been told it took some courage to talk about humiliation. Well, I don't care. I don't give a crap what people think about me. I just want to help people. So in the next video, I'm gonna talk about what it's like being alone at sea. I mean, maybe you've gone camping before. Maybe you can relate to it, and you've been out there, you know, under the stars by yourself, or you've done something alone. So I wanna talk about what that feels like in the next video. Until then, discover what your soul wants and tell your ego to take a hike. If you like this, put some comments down there. Reach out to me. I'll respond. Everybody have a good day. Peace to you. This is Run Towards That Which Scares You, video number 2. Take number 2. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Greg Frucci, and that's Lucky, who just barked and is still barking. I'm the author of the Path of 300 series and an expert lesson creator for the 2016 Hay House World Summit, which is still going on right now, and I'm going to stop this video because Lucky keeps barking.